So, here we are again. You still okay? Well, you still exist, still work, for the most part. But why did my knee hurt on Saturday night? Care to explain? Anyway, this is not the first time we've had this chat. But I promise I'm not about to start drawing on you this time. That was an artistic thing, which unexpectedly, admittedly, became a part of my performances. And I'm sorry that I was never able to find truly washable pens. But today is not one of those days. At the moment, we don't actually know when it will be one of those days again, but that's a world thing, not a you thing. And you haven't fallen ill. Yet. I've spent a lot of my life telling myself I was going to change you. Make you better. Well, make me better. Fitter. Happier. That journey has had its ups and downs. And not entirely all my fault. I mean, who was it who developed tendinitis when I was really getting into running? I'd made a playlist and everything. And then we were going to start again, but then lockdown happened. And I need that hour to walk the dog. But I know I've always made it clear I didn't really like you. I'd made a show about it. Well, a show about how I'd learnt to accept you. Remember? I said some bad stuff about you, compared you to various images taken from sort of Insta-hunk type sources, did some dancing, drew on you, got naked, danced more, and then tried to wrap the whole thing up in the last 5 minutes to show everyone that I was alright, really. Except, was I? Let's face it, if you still fancy losing a stone or two, I'd still be game. If the big bits fancied wobbling a little less, I could get on board. I guess, look, I don't want to be the sort of guy on social media who posts that sort of stuff, but yes, the sort of guy that I was shining a lens on and stuff, but after all this, I'd still like the option to be him. Okay? I'm sorry. I'm sorry I've blamed you for holding me back. I'm sorry I've used the way you look as an excuse not to do things. I'm sorry for my inability to truly stick to a healthy diet. I'm sorry for chocolate. I'm not sorry for chocolate. I'm sorry I've pushed you, at times, a bit too far. I'm sorry for the times I've forced you into too tight jeans. I am definitely sorry for the performance where I waxed you, and then used sellotape to change your shape. I thought it was daring. I was being an artist. I'm sorry you don't always see enough sunlight. I'm sorry I've stopped swimming. I'm sorry if it was my stubbornness or bad technique running that caused the tendinitis. I'm sorry for splitting us up for the sake of this letter. Thank you for not failing me. Yet. Thank you for the good experiences we've had. The things you've let me feel. I'm always going to want to change us. I'm always going to want us to be a bit better. But thank you for bearing with me whilst I've accepted you. We can make some changes. Together. And yes, I am aware that there isn't really a different option in that. There is no need to point it out.